If you've ever watched a custom zombies video before, then you have 100% seen some poor sucker trying and usually failing to beat Octagonal Ascension for a few hours. It's known for being one of, if not the hardest zombies maps ever created because of its combinations of insanely fast spawns, narrow walkways, and brutally quick zombies that are so fast that they literally teleport to you. Most zombies maps can only allow 24 zombies to spawn at once, but on Octagonal there are 64, which makes for one hell of a playing experience. So naturally, because I'm the dumbest man alive, I decided that I would try to beat this map faster than anyone ever has. Most playthroughs take about 18 to 25 minutes typically if all goes well and once you've learned the map, but I'm aiming for something in the neighborhood of about 6 minutes. For those who have never even seen this map before, let's start from the beginning. You spawn in on a platform in the sky where zombies come in from 3 locations. The goal is to gather 2,000 points to open the first door, and it opens up your playable area a little bit, but then there's a gun that you can buy and a perk in that little area. Unlike normal zombies, however, the rounds don't actually progress through killing zombies. They progress based on how long the timer in the bottom left has been going for. So after only a couple of minutes, you could be on round 15 or 20 and you wouldn't even realize it. You are really just thrown into the deep end almost right away. Once you have enough points, you open another door and head up to the next level. Up there will be a different gun, another perk, and maybe the mystery box. By now, most players will probably be on round 12 to 15, which is when the teleporting zombies begin to spawn in, and usually this is how most players die over and over again. You basically repeat this process of buying doors and going up a few more levels until reaching the top where there's a 50,000 point buyable ending so you can win and finally end your suffering. To buy every single door on the map, it will cost you a little over 80,000 points in total, and this is a big freaking map, so you may be wondering by now, hey Luke, how the hell do you plan on doing all of this in 6 minutes? Well, my friends, it's called speedrunning strats and lots of luck. I personally can't take credit for this. I actually watched a video made by Scrappy Crappy and adopted it a little bit to better suit my sort of playstyle. Right away, there are going to be about 6 zombies that spawn in which can be killed by one knife, so take advantage of that and get yourself some easy points. After that, the zombies will begin flooding in, so pick a spawn and dump a magazine into all of the zombies spawning in on that one area in particular. Right after that, turn around and begin shooting the other zombies spawned in from the other 2 locations. At this point, I needed to pray for a few different things to happen. Firstly, I either need a gun upgrade drop which pack punches my pistol, or I need a death machine drop or an insta-kill, which both can work equally well here. If any other power-up spawns in, then I'm basically doomed and I'm better off restarting then and there. Once I have either of those power-ups, I'm not necessarily safe, however. A few seconds after those come in, I'm going to need a double points drop as well. It's basically a requirement. This is because we're going to need those 80,000 points in under 3.5 minutes, which is barely possible if you get god tier luck and play as perfectly as you possibly can. We only have those 3.5 minutes because we want to leave spawn and begin climbing the tower before the round 12 insane zombies begin pouring in, and that happens at about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. If all goes well after spawning in, I'm on about round 6 with over 20,000 points, which is just over a minute after spawning in, and I'm going to be looking for a fresh set of good drops to go my way. An infinite ammo drop combined with an insta-kill and double points is probably one of your best bets because you can absolutely mow down every zombie coming in basically instantly. They won't even get to move towards you by the time that you mow all of them down, but that really only lasts for a few seconds. Once that set of drops is over, I'm going to need a zombie blood drop to have every zombie ignore me while I spam my upgraded pistol at their heads, hopefully with another double points activated. This is also a good time to mention that I did probably 500 attempts at this map over the last couple of days. I spent so much time on this because most games are usually chalked from the beginning because of bad drops, getting overrun by zombies, or literally any number of other things. Completing this map is so insanely luck dependent because almost every drop that you get has to be the exact one that you need at that exact moment in time. Even accidentally grabbing a nuke will kill your run instantly because 64 zombies dying to a nuke can take you up to 20 or even 30 seconds. In a speedrun that effectively only leaves 210 seconds to get 80,000 points, then it's a super inefficient and slow way of getting points. Even grabbing too many gun upgrade drops can end a run as well, because the first time that you get one, it pack-punches your gun, and then the second time, it gives you a pack-a-punch ability on your gun. If on the second time around, you are given something like fireworks, which can kill 20 zombies at a time in exchange for 0 points, then yeah, you're chalked. You just have to reset. You just can't do it like that. Even the points drops themselves can fuck you, because for some reason they can actually take away up to 1250 points from you. Why is that a thing? Seriously, like, that is so annoying. I've actually been fairly deep into runs, picked up a points drop, and then lost points and been like, oh, well now I just can't do it because that's gonna cost me another 5 to 10 seconds to get all those points back. But back on track with the whole thing, if you're lucky, then by round 10 beginning, you'll have near or above 60,000 points at your disposal. At this stage, it's basically just one last prayer that you're given a double points combined with some effective way to kill zombies, because it's really not a guarantee. Like, you are not guaranteed drops at all. I probably had over a dozen games get to round 10 or 11 just for me to not be given any drops at all, or the ones that I did get were useless and left me with no choice but to reset again. That's also even if you get to this stage, because keep in mind, I am fighting constantly spawning zombies with a pistol while running around in a tiny room with no perks whatsoever. In a large percentage of games, I would have a great game going and then suddenly the death machine just doesn't kill a zombie, or I get a little bit too close for comfort, or somehow I fall off the map, and then when it respawns me in, I just jump into a horde of zombies. It always feels like you're making progress in these games, but then something just goes instantly sideways, and because you are so vulnerable, it just ends the game right away. Hell, admittedly, sometimes the spawns are just too quick and I literally can't kill quick enough. This is probably the toughest challenge I've ever done on this channel, because usually the challenges require either skill or brains to complete. But this one on Octagonal Ascension, it took both at the same time, and even then it just isn't good enough in most attempts. No matter how good you are or how focused you are, it will just fuck you. The world record for Octagonal Ascension is 5 minutes and 50 seconds by Scrappy Crappy, who I mentioned earlier, and he left the spawn room at about 3 minutes and 32 seconds. The reason that I mention his time leaving spawn is because in my hundreds of attempts at this map, I fully completed none of them. I got multiple runs that got enough points and was able to leave spawn, but the mega fast zombies always kill me on my way up the map. My fastest time to leave spawn is 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so I'm about 8 seconds behind the world record holder and would probably have had a time of just under 6 minutes if I had made it to the top floor. Genuinely, I'm sorry I couldn't complete it, but I just can't do more attempts on Octagonal right now, or else I'm just gonna have a breakdown. My hands are actually hurting after a really long session of this. I just can't do it anymore. But if this video does hit 3,000 likes, then I'll do it again in the future and get a full run completed. I pinky promise. Now go watch this video about how I completed the moon Easter egg without breathing.